All right. Welcome, everyone. This is the CCSC volunteering training. You guys are all CCSC scholars, and this is why you are here because no. All right. So, introduction and motives. Obviously, CCSC stands for Canadian Christian Schools Consortium. You guys all have scholarships through here, a lot of money. It's about like 2,000 to 4,000 per year, depending on the severity of your scholarship. We have improvisions or revisions, and we're revising this entire volunteer opportunity and through events because one of the main issues prevalent within CCSC volunteering is that students don't show up to their assigned dates. So our goal is to implement accountability measures and introduce a three-strike rule, 48-hour cancellation policy, and a waitlist system to reduce no-shows and to put emphasis on commitment because we want to enhance student preparedness, build awareness of the community service value because at the end of the day, we are servants and we're serving the community. Um, Policy expectations and time management strategies. Um, Will, have you ever not shown up to CCSC events? Have you ever had some planned in advance that you never showed up to?
Yes.
Yes. And have you ever not had any opportunities to complete the hours because everything was filled? And have you gone to these events knowing that it's full and there's a low turnout rate?
Yes.
And does that frustrates you, huh? As someone that needs to get 40 hours in 2 semesters, and a lot of times students wait. Statistics show that students tend to wait on these things till the last semester, sometimes the last couple months. So we want to boost engagement and program impact, strengthen our participation, and ensure long-term success for CCU and its CCSC, and increase responsibility and student involvement. We want to keep this at a high because at the end of the day, we're doing God's work. So the problem is we as CCSC we haven't held scholars accountable for being absent to volunteer events. And signing up for volunteer events through CCSC and not attending, it hurts event coordinators as well as scholars that need these hours. This lackadaisical theme surrounding the current volunteer system undermines the purpose of scholarship, which is serving and giving back to the community. So we will be implementing these three pivotal changes through modules. We have three modules. Um, the modules just kind of promote structure and it's going to allow you guys to focus on the key training points. Um, Modules also provide a clean and organized layout. Sorry, just 1 second. Um, and they also serve as an itinerary for this coursework, because at the end of the day, you guys are college students. You naturally have lives and you're busy. So attention span might be a little weak, and that's normal. So this is our itinerary today. We're going to initiate and carry out collaborative discussions revolving around CCSC's current protocol and formatting with participants. Quick question. Do you see anything wrong with the current CCSC volunteering career connections layout?
Yeah. Yeah, it's all mixed in with all the other events and you gotta like scroll through and
Right.
yeah, it's just a mess.
Exactly. Anyone else?
I feel like they don't have like any like it's kind of almost suggested to go to chapel, but they don't have like any mandatory meetings that like count for hours. Like I think they should have at least like one or like three 2 or 3 hour periods where it's like okay, every CCSC has to be there.
I think
Like
they should also hype it up more.
Mhm.
yeah.
And they should add a filter way, like a filter system, how like you can on like websites and you can filter through like if you want on campus, because like I don't have a car, so I can't be going off campus
Exactly.
or it's a pain in the butt. So
Right.
have a filter system where you can filter like I can only do these days, or I can do like 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. like or even job. Like I like Learning Lounge, so like
Yeah.
give me all Learning Lounge opportunities. And then boot out the full ones. Moment it's full, we don't need to be seeing ones you can't even sign up for. Just show us what we can.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And participation is everything, and I think we want to put an emphasis on that because you want, as a school, you want your students to serve and be engaged and feel proud of the work. And the current state of CCSE is that students are just getting it done to get the hours done, but they don't really value it as much. That's why kids don't show up. But these things are important, you know. One of the most common ones is cleaning electronics and giving back to the community. You know what I mean? Or like tutoring children at the Learning Lounge. Um, some of the other ones like Mail Center, that does help out the Mail Center, you know. It gives stress because it's a conveyor belt of students going and getting packages, you know. Giving back is huge. So module 1 talks about the 3-strike rule, which we will get into. Module 2, 48-hour cancellation window. And that's a given. And then a waitlist system. This is what I'm most excited for because this could really help a lot of students, you know, cram in those final hours that they need at the end of the semester or throughout the semester. And then we also will have a discussion, and you guys will critically think and analyze these new implementations and moves as a group. And then there will be a survey because surveys are great and we love surveys. Boom. First module, we have the 3-strike rule. So this pertains to written reminders and check-ins. So that's the first strike. The second strike is a temporary restriction from signing up for new events for 2 weeks. And then the third is you'll be like reviewed for removal from future opportunities through CCSC events. This just all around encourages accountability, promotes responsible commitment to scheduled events, and it opens opportunities for students that actually want to go to these things and are gonna, you know, make it on time and be there and serve. Additionally, it improves program reliability. The organizers, the people planning these events, a lot of times it's, you know, GCU events, you know, conferences, all these type of things. They need people to show up or else it's not going to be a functioning environment and things are going to be left undone. Everything will be mismanaged. We don't want that. Module 2, 48-hour cancellation window. This is good because it'll allow event coordinators to, you know, plan ahead if there's a low turnout rate, which there won't be. You'll learn about that in module 3, which is I'm super excited for that. And it'll provide opportunities for more students to get in there, and you'll find that out in the next module. So the next module is a waitlist. This is the current layout for volunteering on Career Connections. It says this is a good example. So refurbishing electronics. This is one of the most common ones. This is on campus. Notice how vague it is. We will be revising how they word it and things will be bolded out, and we're going to differentiate on campus and off campus because I think the least signed up for event is the off campus K through 12 service event. That usually never fills up, but most people look for on campus opportunities. Additionally, we're going to add a wait list. So let's say this is full, right? It says I'm attending, but it's full. Now, for example, Everett, if you want to sign up for this, but it's full, but you want a chance to maybe get on it because you need those extra hours, you put yourself on a wait list, and through that queue, if people cancel because they have to cancel now, or else they'll be penalized if they don't show up, you get dibs in a timely manner to make it to that date. So we're allowing for more opportunities and just an all-around more fluctuant and cohesive environment so people can serve and get those hours done to maintain scholarship. So that's pretty much it for the training. It's pretty short, but it's really effective, and I do see long-term growth and results for CCSC as a whole because right now it is all over the place from layout, from events. Now they don't have enough events for students, but this way they don't have to create more opportunities down the line. They don't have to double hours, which I'm not against double hours. I think it's good. It's creates an incentive for students to sign up, but it also allows for more opportunities for other students because that's at the end of the day, everyone wants to get their hours done and it'll make them want to serve more and it'll create value through serving. So I have a link I'm going to put in the chat for you guys to take a quick survey, and then we will do a group discussion that will kind of cap everything off. And then that is pretty much it. So I'm going to stop screen sharing. All right, so everyone go take this survey right now before we finish with a group discussion. And the feedback will help me and it'll help CCSC. So go ahead and take that right now. It is a quick 3-minute survey. Is that a thumbs up, meaning you finished it? All right. Elijah finished it. Everett, did you finish it? He's frozen. Sweet. So this is a group discussion. You may all unmute. How did you feel about this training? Is this too much to ask for? Or is it perfect? And is this going to help you guys in the future as you serve and get your 40 hours completed for future semesters?
No, this is good. We need this. I'm surprised, honestly, like for like having real money being thrown at students for scholarships. I'm surprised like a better system hasn't already been in place with
Mhm.
this. So
Because
I think it's pretty good.
yeah,
Yeah, what?
continue.
Okay. I think it's pretty good. I know I definitely like stress out like towards the end of the semester, so this will like definitely give me incentives to like do it ahead of time for sure. And to like actually show up to the events. A lot of the times I'll just like sign up for a bunch of events just to have a spot, and then I don't end up going because I know I can go to some other stuff that I have. So this will give me like a good incentive to stick with my word and stuff like that.
Right, of course. And this is honestly the most impactful scholarship you can have on this campus. One of the most, if not the most, unless you're like an athlete. So a lot of people, you want to keep it. Most people want to keep it, and they're enforcing chapel, but they haven't even been enforcing chapel.
I
So
think
kids miss
I
that.
think that another thing that is very necessary to this is have like an hour tracker in your account. It's such a pain in the butt to find out how many hours you have to do. You have
Yeah.
to email the lady who works there, and there's like a front desk student worker who like will be like, oh, like let me get back to you, and then like 3 weeks later, the head lady who anyway she then she tells you, and it's just a pain in the butt to find out like where you're at. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm not really fond of that whole area of the school.
Yeah, and that will all be considered. That's why you guys are here because the feedback is much appreciated. And at the end of the day, we will continue to grow and make revisions as, you know, we start to get more feedback and implement new things because we're starting with this. It's a foundation and we're going to grow from this foundation so we can make it easier for you guys because at the end of the day, college students, everyone gets stressed end of semester and we just want to alleviate that pain. So thank you all for attending.
Of course.
I appreciate all of you, and I'm so grateful for your enriching feedback.
Thank you so much, Grant.